It's Week 8 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the Commanders' superstar cornerback, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games.
And they had it easy last week. They jumped out to an early lead and then put it on cruise control from there.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. A short kick taken at the 18, and able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now, he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on before a touchdown.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The numbers for Sanders last week: 17 carries, 94 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run in not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
To throw on second down, Eaton. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3. Off play action, Eaton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And this will be taken at the 13. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. It's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And incomplete on the deep ball. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively. And then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Mahomes now to throw. Olave over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 4th down. Carlson able to put this one through. And it's 3-0 Washington. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right?
A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
To throw on 3rd down, Eaton. And that is incomplete. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all. And to puts it on the carpet, it's out.
But it looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Eaton. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
So out comes Washington's offense to take over. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, That allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, dialing up that play call certainly meant that he grabbed a little extra shot of courage on that one, because normally on 3rd and short, you're just trying to move the sticks, get the ball just past that line of scrimmage. Instead, they take the big shot.
Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch, because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's Olave bringing in another one. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Partner, wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about. Assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy, because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. On 1st and 10, Eaton. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
after the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Again, it's Taylor.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness. One cut, and he goes. That's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Now here's Mahomes.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. Touchdown, Washington. Kyle Pitts.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Carlson on for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Back to throw. Eaton. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 17-0 our score after 1. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. This complete to Martin. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9. Now Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give to Taylor.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got it to Williams. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Here's Mahomes to throw.
Slant pass complete to Olave. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Mahomes going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Chris Olave.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing on first down. Eaton.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Eaton. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They'll look to throw again. And that will be incomplete. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Patrick Mahomes in the offense heading back out. He's thrown for 2 touchdowns and run for another already in this first half as his guys begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes got his man. It's Williams. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on the punt.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Looking to throw. Eaton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. On third down, Eaton. Oh, had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
From the 25 on second down, Mahomes.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. On first down, Eaton. He's got Higbee complete right side. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw on second down, Eaton. And this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Now that's complete to Sanders. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They were victorious over the Chargers last week, and now they work with a lead again here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes.
He's got this complete to Williams. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he gets it down to the 32.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On the option to give to Taylor here. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 10 yards there, good for a Washington 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
First and 10, Taylor now. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Chris Olave. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Commanders have opened the lead up to 30. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
To throw on 3rd down, Eaton. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play here for Dallas. 44 yards. Back to throw again. Wilson's got it complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that challenge, a successful one. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. On 3rd and 2, Eaton. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Garrett Wilson, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead is down to 24.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away from the 10. And not much happening on the return. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway from the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes now to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
On the handoff, Taylor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 93 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They go play fake. Mahomes.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Tyron Johnson,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders just continue to roll. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This one will come out to the 25 as Pollard is going to elect not to return it.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, Let's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Jamie Gillendow as he's on to punt for Dallas. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
On the draw is Taylor. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Of note, that last throw right there, putting him over 3,000 yards. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to